Hi, my name is Justin, aka Ghost Shooter, and today I am in my car because it is raining and wet outside, and I really want to get this review done. A couple more of my reviews will probably be in my car. It may actually be a lot more because it's getting cold outside, and my car is a lot less wet and cold than outside. So you may see more of my reviews in the car. That will happen if I can't get them done over the weekend and during the week. I'll just before I go home or leave for work or something, I'll film a quick review. So my review for today is War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. I got this as an art from Penguin Teen, so I'd like to thank them for that. So this book is a YA sci-fi story that's set in the future, set in Nigeria in the year 2021. In this world, Nigeria is having a civil war. It's a war between Nigeria and a part of Nigeria that wants to be independent called Biafra. Basically it follows two sisters, Oni and Ifeoma, as they basically try to survive at this war after they get separated from each other. Ife is, or Ifeoma, who's also called Ife in this book, is Nigerian, and Oni has adopted her after her parents have died. So the book basically follows them two as they get separated, goes on to follow Oni's exploits, fighting for Biafra's independence, and also Ife's life as she is captured by the Nigerians. So this book, I like the inspiration for this book because even before reading the ending of it, well, the very end, the author has a note about where his inspiration for this book comes from. I could see that he took some inspiration from the actual civil war that actually happened between Nigeria and Biafra. I forget exactly when that happened, in the late 1900s, but I can see you guys' inspiration from that. This book definitely tackles some heavy topics such as like child soldiers, the effects of war, and trying to live with that, and also kind of looking at the politics surrounding the war, what will happen with how a country kind of deals with, and the people in the country kind of deal with fighting each other, viewing each other as monsters, and also how outside influences can also sneak in there and try to work things to their own advantage. So I like the characters in this book. I like the fact that he kind of doesn't gloss over the traumatic aspects of war, and that the characters are shown having to deal with the psychological and physical and psychological aspects of the war. Oni herself, as you can see from the cover, has a mechanical one of her arms is mechanical because she was an amputee due to some war, due to some old war wound. So he doesn't shy away from showing war being gritty and hard, and the terrible effects that it has on people. And so for me, reading this book, the narrative itself didn't really grab me as much, even though I think he did a good job talking about the topics he did, and I think he did a great job with the characters. For me, the narrative just didn't draw me in enough. And for example, when certain characters do eventually pass on, because this is a war book, the deaths didn't really have that much of an emotional impact for me, because I don't think I was really drawn into the narrative, or for at least for some of the characters, not enough for them to really be impactful for me. It just kind of moved the story along, and I was just like, okay. But yeah, I would say that's my only complaint about this book, is that I wasn't really, the narrative just didn't pull me and suck me in and make me, I think, really, really emotionally invested in the book. Now, that could be just because I've been reading some stuff that either it's really pulled me in emotionally, and compared to that, it just didn't do the same for me, or I'm just really cold. But yeah, the story just didn't pull me in. Like I said, I thought that he did good jobs with the topics that he dealt with, but the narrative itself just didn't pull me in. But I did like reading this book. If I had to give it a star rating, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. That doesn't mean that this book was bad. I think some people see like a 3. I think, oh my God, the book was bad. Doesn't mean the book was bad. I think, like I said, I think the book is good. I just don't think that it's a great book, in my opinion. So that is my thoughts on War Girls. This comes out next week, Tuesday. That is October 15th. I believe. I actually think that a lot of you will like this book, but like I said, it does deal with a lot of hard aspects concerning war. There are a lot of people died. There's a lot of psychological trauma. So if that's something that would affect you, be mindful of that going into this book. One thing I will say before I something I didn't really get into, I do like the fact that all the characters in this book are all very resourceful, all very strong in their own way. And even though they are faced with a lot of traumatic things that do happen to them, they do have their own agency and do strive to fight forward for what they believe in, whether you believe they're right or wrong. No one leaves this story untouched in some way. And the fact that they all, at the end of the day, find the strength to keep going, even in the dire circumstances that they find themselves in, I thought he did a really good job showing that as well. Like I said, I just wish the narrative itself had drawn me in more. But yeah, so I give this a 3.5. You can pick it up on October 15th. And I'd once again like to thank Penguin for sending me this book. So if you plan on reading World Girls, let me know down in the comment section below. Would I recommend it? I would recommend it. I think that perhaps a lot of you out there would like the book a lot better than I do, but let me know down in the comment sections below. Let me also know how I did with this review. You can follow me, if you like this video, please hit the like button. You can follow me on Twitter at GhostReads28, on Instagram at Justin the Ghost Reader, and also on Goodreads. The link to that is down in the description box below. So as always, keep reading.